Oklahoma's race for governor shifts its attention to teachers. The state's election board looks to make voting easier for Oklahomans and how you still have a chance to be a millionaire. This is OU Nightly. Hello and thank you for joining us on OU Nightly. I'm Sam Brown.
And I'm Ashley Eddy. 2 weeks and 1 day until Oklahoma voters head to the polls, and the main candidates all headed to Norman this weekend.
OU Nightly's Shereen Hashem spent the day at a candidate forum put on by Norman teachers that shines a spotlight on the concerns of Norman voters.
After the teacher walkout in April, teachers in Oklahoma were given a $6,000 pay raise, but they say it just isn't enough, and education funding remains a top issue in the Oklahoma governor's race. Gubernatorial candidates Kevin Stitt and Drew Edmondson faced off in a forum at Longfellow Middle School Sunday, where they discussed their plans to strengthen education. The majority of teachers were there to support Edmondson.
So number one, the pay raise is the first step in a series of pay raises. Number two, we've got to bring down class size.
He's just been really, really supportive of educators and everything that we stand for. He has our best interest and the best interest of the students at heart, and he has proven it every step of the way.
Stitt also expressed his plans to help teachers.
I want to adopt that national test, so that'll make it easier to not only recruit more teachers into our state, but we'll reduce the regulations on the ones that are coming out of college.
At the forum, education was clearly the main focus of attention, with dozens of teachers gathering to show their support for increased funding. Teachers formed the 11th Day Committee after the walkout, hoping to continue to see improvements in the system.
Working on voter education, voter registration, making sure that there's information readily available about the candidates that are available in our area.
Teachers are hopeful that the activism they showed in last spring's teacher walkout will carry over to the November election. Shereen Hashem, OU Nightly.
There are several opportunities to hear candidates speak over the next couple of weeks, including a debate between the candidates for governor on Wednesday, October 23rd, broadcast on ABC stations across the state.
And when Oklahoma voters head to the polls, they can get a little help making choices online. The Make a Plan to Vote tool allows voters access to a PDF that helps them choose whether to vote by mail, during early voting, or at their polling place on Election Day. Voters can also access maps to their polling place as well as sample ballots. This tool is available at the Oklahoma State Election Board's website, elections.ok.gov. And President Donald Trump will be in Houston tonight, campaigning for Texas Senator Ted Cruz. We know immigration will be one of the hot topics. Austin Hernandez joins us in the News Center with one issue the president is watching closely. Austin.
Ashley, the president is keeping a close eye on the group of thousands of migrants making their way through Mexico now and heading towards the U.S. border. He tweeted today that the U.S. will begin cutting aid to countries that couldn't stop residents from joining the group. We're talking about places like Honduras, El Salvador, and Guatemala. The president has described the caravan and border crisis as a great issue for Republicans ahead of next month's midterms. Today, Trump alerted the military and is classifying the migrant caravan as a national emergency. New details emerged today over the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. A leaked surveillance video shows a man walking out of the diplomatic post wearing the journalist's clothes to deceive and confuse others about Khashoggi's fate. Officials identified the man in the video as Mustafa al-Madani, who was allegedly part of a hit squad that was sent to kill the journalist during a scheduled appointment. It was also reported that the member of the Saudi Crown Prince entourage made 4 calls to the royal's office from within the consulate during the alleged murder. 6 Clemson students are hospitalized after they were hurt during a weekend party when the floor collapsed at the clubhouse of an off-campus housing complex. Clemson police said 30 people were hurt when the floor gave way during jumping and dancing at the Woodlands of Clemson clubhouse. Clemson Associate Vice President Joe Galbraith told news outlets today that 6 people hospitalized were facing non-life-threatening injuries. And a Wisconsin governor nominee is accused of plagiarizing multiple budget proposals. Back to you on the studio.
All right, thank you, Austin. Authorities say one person died after being shot during a party in Langston on Sunday. 19-year-old Brandon Dupree was shot in the chest and died while being airlifted to an Oklahoma City hospital. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation did not announce any arrests at the time of the incident. They said that anyone with information about the shooting should contact law enforcement. And the fall season is starting to settle here in Oklahoma, and leaves are starting to fall off those trees. Meteorologist Jordan Overton is live with more on how the weather change has impacted the rest of the country. Jordan?
Yeah, so guys, I'm out here and it's beautiful out here. I mean, conditions are great. It was an awesome afternoon, and I was just looking, and I actually got these leaves from a tree behind me. You can see it behind me. If you look at these leaves, check this out. They've got this dark red hue to them, and they've got some a little bit lighter on the backside, but the leaves are changing colors. And in fact, across the country right now, we can see we've got patchy conditions really across Oklahoma and northern Texas. For those who are northwest in the Rockies, they're actually past their peak because it's been a lot cooler up there. Seasons are changing, but yeah, the colors are changing. Fall is here. But coming up, we're going to be talking about more about this. We're going to be talking about some activity in the tropics. We've got a system coming in for this weekend, bringing us some rain, and then fall temperatures will continue. That's it for now. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jordan. With no one winning the Mega Million jackpot on Friday, dreams of becoming a billionaire are still within reach. The jackpot has reached $1.6 billion, breaking record as the biggest jackpot in lottery history. Store clerks say business is booming and lottery tickets are flying off the shelves. The odds of winning this jaw-dropping prize are 1 in 302 million, but that's not stopping people from trying their luck.
This is my second time, but the prize is big enough, it'll be exciting to watch.
Mega Million officials say the estimated cash option for this jackpot is about $905 million. You have until tomorrow night to join the Mega Million madness.
The CDC is starting to shift its attention to a new polio-like disease that they don't even know the cause of. We'll have more details on why teenagers in particular should be on the lookout.
And check your fridge, a new recall has been issued. Find out the details next. Welcome back. According to the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention, there are 155 patients this year under investigation for acute flaccid myelitis. This is a polio-like illness that affects a person's nervous system, causing weakness in one or more limbs. Of these 155 people, 62 have been confirmed by the CDC in 22 states. More than 90% of cases occur in children 18 and younger. While the CDC is still unsure, they say potential causes of AFM could be viruses, environmental toxins, and genetic disorders.
Meanwhile, a Houston company recalled nearly 1,800 pounds of ready-to-eat salad with chicken products because a corn ingredient may have been contaminated with salmonella and listeria. Whole Foods, Jenny Craig, and Trader Joe's are some of the companies that had items recalled due to the infection. There are currently no reports of anyone getting sick from the recalled items.
The parents of a 5-month-old boy were arrested and charged with child neglect after he died at a hospital from severe malnourishment. Oklahoma City police say 28-year-old Sequoia McNeary and 37-year-old Tremaine Antoine Neal were being held today at the Oklahoma County Jail. McNeary was also charged with neglect by a caretaker and failure to provide. An arrest affidavit says the child was malnourished and suffered a heart attack. His twin was also found to be malnourished and was hospitalized and placed in state custody. An annual OE production is allowing survivors of the Me Too movement to share their messages. Olivia Whitehead joins us now in E-Report with all the details.
That's right, the Me Too monologues are back this year for their 4th go-around. Each year, students can anonymously submit their personal stories, which are then acted out by student actors. This year's performance is more of a production trying to send a positive message. To laugh, cry, and say Me Too, you can attend the performances on Wednesday and Thursday, starting at 7 in Meacham Auditorium. And the annual Homecoming Reunion is back for another year with traditions and 2 new events created to increase student participation. The week of activities kicked off last night with Glowchella, which is a play on words from the popular Coachella Festival. Students were invited to the South Oval, where they were surrounded by glow-in-the-dark decorations and activities such as a hair bar, glitter face design stations, and performances from local artists JB and Flock of Pigs. A trivia night was also added and will be tonight from 7 to 9 in the Union. And you guys, October 31st is just around the corner, which is no surprise that the movie Halloween exceeded expectations after its debut this past Friday. So if you're if you're looking for a thriller this Halloween season, then it might be the choice for you.
Yeah, top of the box office. I saw that over the
Maybe
weekend.
so.
They're killing
Exactly.
it. Yeah, all right. Thank you,
so much,
Olivia.
Olivia.
Thank you.
Oklahoma medical marijuana operators are preparing to open dispensaries here in the Sooner States. We'll talk about why some of them are worried for their businesses.
Plus, the sun outside isn't expected to stay around for long. Meteorologist Jordan Overton joins us in weather with more on the chances for midweek rain.
Welcome back to Eddy Nightly. I'm doing over some extra weather. So right now we can actually see satellite radar. We've seen those high cirrus clouds this afternoon. You've seen the really high ones way up there. And if you look at the satellite radar loop, here they are coming from down to the southwest. And these are actually from Hurricane Willa all the way down in Mexico. It's bringing clouds all the way up into the southern United States. And so here it is. You can just see this is a Category 5 hurricane. Notice how it's really weakened over the past few hours, though. And it's interacting with land, which causes hurricanes to weaken. But that's why we've seen those high clouds. Now, the good news is this is not going to have any impact on Oklahoma, at least for the next few days, other than the high clouds that we've seen. It just really will be some clouds in our area. But what we're going to keep an eye on is another system coming in on Wednesday. It's going to give us a chance for some rain. Not expecting much, but a little bit of rain. So here we go, Wednesday at 5 o'clock, rain off to our southwest. And watch as I point this out, it just kind of comes right through the state, just kind of slides through the state. Not expecting much, maybe a little bit of rain, maybe a rumble of thunder, but really not expecting too much with this system as it moves off. And then by Thursday, it's out of here, and the weekend is looking great. And in fact, the weekend is going to be some great conditions. So across the state right now, our new Kessler cam, which is out near about 15 miles southeast of campus, mostly clear conditions. Skyline cam also seeing a few high clouds out there. Those are cirrus clouds from Willa. So tonight we're going to see temperatures drop into the 40s, 49 degrees here in Norman, 50 in Elk City. Really actually around normal for this time of year. Tomorrow, another beautiful day. Get out and enjoy it. 67 degrees with just a few clouds around. And highs tomorrow sitting in the 60s, 67 degrees in Norman. Then that 7-day forecast to get another beautiful day on Tuesday with just a few clouds. We'll have a few more clouds on Wednesday, and then that rain comes in. And I think that rain is mainly going to be late Wednesday. I don't expect it to really be on Thursday, but just late Wednesday, maybe around midnight.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you, Jordan. As Oklahoma medical marijuana operators prepare to open dispensaries, many are concerned about the difficulties they will face with the federal law. This is because marijuana is still illegal on the federal level. Operators are working to mitigate the risk of getting involved with legal difficulties. While many feel worried, some feel that with the strong voter approval for medical marijuana, there will be steps to implement the state law to protect them.
Coming off their bye week, Kyler Murray and the Sooners took care of business in Fort Worth with a win over TCU. Kelsea Bickerstaff joins us to talk about the blowout.
Yeah, Sam, the Sooners are back on their feet after defeating TCU, and a couple players come back with Big 12 honors. And I'll tell you how a former Sooner made NBA history last night. Sports is next. The Sooners went to Fort Worth this weekend and came back with a win to move them up one spot in the AP polls. The winning didn't stop there as Kyler Murray won Big 12 Offensive Player of the Week and Kennedy Brooks received Big 12 Newcomer of the Week.
This game was all about responding, and the Sooners did just that, handing TCU a massive home loss here at A&G Carter Stadium, and you had to like what you saw from the Sooners today.
That's right, Collin. The Horned Frogs kept it close in the first half, and the second half the Sooners really pulled away and got a huge win here in Fort Worth.
Several storylines come out of it, so what stood out to you, Madeline Roberts, about this excellent game
Well,
for
Collin,
Oklahoma?
on Friday, I said on Big Friday Sports, you know, the Sooner offense has looked good, but they haven't really been able to recover from Rodney Anderson's loss.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, at least for today,
Yeah.
they recovered from it. The Sooners had two 100-yard rushers.
Yeah.
The last time two Sooners had 100-yard rushers in a game, two of them at that. You have to go back to over a year ago, September 23rd, 2017 against Baylor. Trey Sermon and Abdul Adams eclipsed the 100-yard mark. So great day for them. Props to those two, and props to the offensive line for getting those holes for those guys.
All right, real quick for me, it's a touchy subject, but Trey Brown, we have to applaud him today. After losing
Huge
his
game.
mother, this was tough to come out and play as well as he did. He was instrumental in the Sooners' defensive performance. Major
That's right.
props to a Trey Brown. Big win for Oklahoma. They'll continue their season after this big-time win, and let's see where things go when Kansas State comes to Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. All right, for Madeline Roberts, I'm Collin Kennedy. Make sure you keep it with OU Nightly and OUNightly.com for more on Sooner football.
And on the court, volleyball swept West Virginia. Saturday afternoon, the Sooners won in just 3 sets. Libero Caden Kinley finished with 21 digs and was named Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week for the second week in a row. Oklahoma is now 4-4 in conference play. OU Wrestling is busy preparing for Thursday's red and white scrimmage. A pair of wrestlers will join the Sooner Sports Pad crew tonight. Madeline?
That's right, Kelsey. We will have Anthony Mantanona and Don Demas joining us on tonight's show. And we'll be live all over Oklahoma on Fox Sports OK at 7:30. In addition to the wrestling guests, we'll break down OU's easy win over TCU Saturday, and we'll have a pair of heart-wrenching viral videos, plus the latest on the women's golf team and their fine fall season. Tonight's show, you can catch the replay right here on OU TV tomorrow at 5 o'clock, right after our newscast. Kelsey?
And the NBA season is starting off quite eventful. Not only is LeBron James wearing purple and gold, but in his home debut, a fight broke out. It started off with Brandon Ingram fouling and then shoving James Harden, which prompted Chris Paul and Rajon Rondo to begin sharing words and soon fists. Ingram then came in from the side and sucker punched Paul. The incident resulted in many suspensions. Ingram will miss 4 games, Rondo 3, and Paul 2. And former Sooner Trae Young had himself a night. Last night, the Atlanta Hawks hosted the Cleveland Cavaliers and came out on top 133-111. Young ended the game with 35 points and 11 assists. He joined Steph Curry and LeBron James as the only rookies in the last 20 years to register 35 points and double-digit assists. And Baker Mayfield takes the Browns into overtime again. Cleveland outscored Tampa Bay in the fourth quarter to tie the game, but lost by a 59-yard field goal in OT. Fans could read the disappointment in Baker's face as the ball sailed through the goalposts. And Holt Dodson of Abingdon High School makes an amazing catch. The wide receiver was manned up down the field when the ball bounced off his helmet, and he still caught the ball. Dodson ran for about 40 yards and got tackled just short of the goal line. And you know, guys, I think that play would have been pretty cool if he would have still made the touchdown.
If he had still scored, that would have been a lot better.
A little, a bit better, but it's okay. It's still awesome.
He still made the catch, right?
Not a bad catch. Impressive. The focus, it's all there, except for the touchdown.
I like it.
There you go. Thank you, Kelsey.
Thank you.
This year marked the 38th annual Bridge Day, but it's not exactly what you may think.
Stick around for a story that might terrify you simply from watching it.
I'm Claire Easley here at the OU Nightly Update Desk. Stillwater officials plan to dedicate a memorial for those killed and hurt in a homecoming parade crash at Oklahoma State 3 years ago. The dedication is set to be on Friday to honor the 4 lives lost and 50 people injured in the 2015 incident. The memorial features a 6-foot-tall concrete base describing the 4 lives lost. For more updates, follow OU Nightly on social media.
Thank you, Claire. On Saturday, one of the biggest extreme sport events in the world made its return. Bridge Day is an annual event in Fayetteville, West Virginia, where thrill seekers jump off the New River Gorge Bridge.
Now, as you can see, some people jumped, some people didn't, and I can understand why. That bridge you're looking at is 876 feet above the normal water level. Just for reference, that's 2 times higher than the Washington Monument. Jordan, how much money do we have to pay you to get you to do that?
How about $1,000?
I don't even know if I'd say.
I'll be $10. $10?
No, I think I'm gonna stick with $1,000.
I'll meet you halfway. I'll meet you halfway at 20.
How about we talk about winter instead?
There you go.
Let's do that.
Yeah,
Let's do that.
we love talking about winter.
How about winter?
Let's talk about the future.
Winter
Why not?
Outlook just came out earlier today, and so you can see on Winter Outlook for precipitation, we're expecting mainly normal conditions for Oklahoma is what we're looking at right now. And then for temperature, we're looking at mainly warmer than normal conditions. So that's, again, a little ways down the road. Sometimes these don't always pan out, sometimes they do, but that forecast, again, is going to be beautiful fall conditions for us here in the state.
Awesome. Thank you, Jordan.
All right.
Good stuff. Right. Man, I love how we like looking to the future. Even when it's fall is finally settling in. Let's go to winter.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you so much for watching OU Nightly, brought to you by Gaylord College at the University of Oklahoma.
We'll see you back here tomorrow night, live at 4:30.
Have a great evening.
Good night.